Hello there, Scorpio. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of May the 16th through the 22nd. We are going to be pulling one card for each day, and we'll take a peek and see if there's any themes that come up for the week or not. Now, of course, as I'm shuffling, let me remind you all that this is a general reading, meaning that not everything I see here is going to apply to every single Scorpio that looks at this video, but most of it will apply to most of us. And when I say most of it will apply to most of us, that's because I have my Sun, Neptune, Mercury, and Venus all in Scorpio, so I am part of this particular collective. Let's see what we have showing up for the week. We're going to start with the weekend, run through the weekdays. We'll take a peek at each card, and then we'll come back and dive deeper. If you guys would like to get a reading, if you have some questions on your mind, or if you want more depth on anything that showed up here, then feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is on the website at the top of the screen. So Saturday's card is the 10 of Spirals, and Sunday's card shows up as Justice. All right, so let's see what we have. So this just means that Saturday we're taking care of some business. We're doing some kind of responsibility. So we're picking up some kind of new responsibility. Those of you who have been job seeking and you don't have the what used to be considered normal job, which was weekdays, 9 to 5 type of hours-ish. If you have a job where you're working weekends, this could be your first day to work. For others of you, maybe you were hoping to have Saturday off and somebody calls in and now guess what? You're going to work. Could have something to do with a responsibility that is not about work at all. Sometimes my 10 of Spirals actually talks about going into an exclusive romantic relationship. That way you're accountable to the other person. That's considered a responsibility as well. So that could be happening for, I don't know, one or two of you, maybe not at all, but picking up some kind of new responsibility on Saturday. Now, on Sunday, this is really funny. We have the Justice card coming up here, or Mott, in this deck. I think somebody who is watching this is going to get a Justice of the Peace wedding on Sunday. Interesting. How do you do that? I don't know. The courthouse isn't open on Sunday. Do you know a Justice of the Peace? Do you know a layperson who could marry you? In Colorado, you don't even have to have a layperson. You can be just the bride and the groom can be the only people there. Or I don't know if I guess it's legal here in Colorado. It could be the bride and the bride, or the groom and the groom. Either way, you don't have to have a Justice of the Peace, is my point. So you could be somebody out here, I think, is getting legally married in more of a secular type of ceremony, something that's not all churchy. Some of you, this may even be an elopement. That's not going to be true for everybody. For the rest of you that's not true for, I do think that somebody is making some kind of a decision on Sunday regarding you that is going to have an impact more over the long term. And this decision, I think you'll know about it Sunday, actually. This decision is going to be something that's made by, this could be made by a judge, could also be made by a union foreman, or the patriarch or the matriarch of your family. Could be, anybody who has any kind of authority over you could be making this decision. Now, we like how this decision turns out because it comes to a fair outcome. I'm assuming anybody who's viewing my videos that, you're doing things in a legal and just way. And so then this would be a fair outcome that we would like to actually see. We'll enjoy that. We'll be happy about that, or satisfied with that. Let's say it like that. Now, let's take a peek at our cards for the weekdays. Monday, we're looking at a King of Spirals in reverse, and I haven't had to say it yet, but those of you who this is your first time seeing me, we don't flip out about reversals on this channel. We just don't have to. There's no need for that. Let's not do it. Now, Tuesday, we have the Moon card coming up in reverse, and I actually like this card better in reverse than right side up. And then Wednesday, we have the Six of Scrolls. Thursday, we have the Three of Spirals. And Friday, we have the Acrobat. Okay, so let's take a peek at these. First of all, King of Spirals coming up in reverse on Monday. I think a lot of us are interacting with somebody who may not be their normal, cheerful, outgoing, happiness-making self. They could be actually pretty intensely not that. So pretty intensely unfriendly is kind of what I'm picking up here. This is somebody that, we want to kind of give them their space whenever we run into them. This is not somebody that we want to hang out with and try to get them to feel better because this seems like it's kind of an extreme not feeling good. So this person has some things they need to work out, and it might not be exactly safe to stay around this person. We may definitely want to get away from them. Like I said, just give them their space. All right, let's look at Tuesday. Remember, I said this is a reversal that I actually like better than right side up. We have the Moon card coming up in reverse, and this is just telling me that there is something that where there was something going on where we knew that there was information missing. And we just kind of knew that because 2 and 2 wasn't making 4 for whatever information we had about this situation. So we knew something was not right. When the Moon card comes up, this says the truth is coming out. It's just floating to the surface. We're not even having to do our normal detective of the universe thing. It's just coming up all on its own. So some kind of truth is coming up around something that we've really been kind of getting the heebie-jeebies about. Okay, there's some missing information. Well, that information's showing right up. And typically when this card shows up, once that information shows up, we're reevaluating whether we want to stay in that situation or maybe at what level we want to maintain in that situation. Okay? Now, excuse me, all of a sudden I've got the hiccups. Let's look at Wednesday. 6 of Scrolls showing up here. This has been a popular card this week so far. I think this is the second or third time I've seen it. And 6 of Scrolls, maybe it's the fourth time. 6 of Scrolls talks about this idea that there's something appropriate for us to let go of and to move forward without having that as a part of our life again. Sometimes it's a person, sometimes it's a thought pattern, it's a paradigm. So for each of us, that's going to be different. I don't feel like there's any one energy that's like pouncing on me like this is what this is. So I think for each of us, there's something different that we're sort of purging. And, right now we've got Pluto in retrograde, which is going to have us, first of all, that's our ruler. So he's going to be impacting us more than some of the other signs. And what he's going to be doing is he's going to have us looking at things that we're doing and really just naturally purging some things that don't belong. Okay? So that's just kind of normal for Pluto in retrograde. I think he's going to be retrograde for right around a month-ish. I'm not exactly sure. Blah, da, da, da. You can always Google that if you're curious. Looking at Thursday, 3 of Spirals is what's showing up here. This just says that Thursday we may be making some travel plans, buying some, making reservations at a hotel, or renting a car, something like that. We may be making some travel plans, maybe just talking about them. Or we're making some kind of plans for the long term, making some kind of plans for in the distance. And then on Friday, we have the Acrobat, or the Page of Stones. So the Page of Stones just says we have some good news coming in on Friday having to do with money or with material goods. Something that makes us feel, look at that, ecstatic. Look how that guy is jumping on the card. So this is, I think in this deck it's better than the normal good news that we're getting. It's really happiness making. So happy to see that card there for all of us. And I want to thank you all for being here and supporting my videos. I appreciate y'all so much. And of course, if you want a reading, I know I'm going to see some of you here for readings, Reiki sessions, even mentoring sessions. And the rest of you guys, I'll see you back on the next video. Peace, my friends. Have a great week.